Good evening once again. Thank you for joining us for the 10 o'clock edition of the UBC News Tonight. My name is Wadulo Arnold Mark, and I'm going to be taking you for the next 1 hour. To start off with our first story, just a few days to the swearing in of His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, the President of Uganda, several dignitaries have started arriving into the country, and among them is the President of South Sudan, His Excellency Salva Kiir Mayardit. Kiir jetted in at around 1 p.m. of Sunday 10th, 2026. And still in more news, with a few hours remaining to the swearing in of the president on Tuesday next week, all Christian believers prayed for the president for the good Lord to guide him as he takes over another 5 years in office. The Prime Minister of Uganda, the Right Honorable Robin Nabanja, joined Christians of St. Edward Bukumi in Kakumiro district to pray for the president.
Christians all divided across the country prayed for President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni upon the successful swearing-in ceremony scheduled to take place on Tuesday next week, so that the country remains peaceful in the next 5 years. The Prime Minister of Uganda, Robin Nabanja, was at St. Edward Bukumi in Kakumiro district to pray for the president.
Kandi webale okwija okutabara omugisa ogula kukonyera mbu okulembezi bwawe ombuheza bwawe nitubasabira tusabire abebembezi baitu tiniko presidenti abemupizi n'abantu bona bagenda kuba ne barahira inte ekisembo kya mwoyo mwikirire kibasensekoho tiniko batwebembere bulungi tiniko akiki ntugondeza emikoro emirungi kandi nobwebembezwa bulungi.
We are going for the swearing-in ceremony of the president and all members of parliament. And so we are here to pray for the peace of our country, for prosperity of our country, for us to go through the swearing-in ceremony peacefully in this country. You know, the president is going to be sworn in on Tuesday this week, or Tuesday next week. Of course, this is the week. I will also be sworn in on Wednesday, the day after the swearing ceremony of the president. And so we are here to pray for the country, for peace, for prosperity, and also for household incomes of our people.
The Prime Minister says St. Edward Bukumi is a foundational
process. We are told to pray for the country. So I decided to come to the church where I was baptized, and that is St. Edward's Bukumi. This is where I grew from. This is where I studied from S1 up to senior 6. And so I thought it wise that I should come and pray with the Christians of this church.
He said during her new term of office as woman member of parliament for Kakumiro district, focus will be put on fighting poverty.
I will be taking them for training and then supporting them with seedlings. Yes, coffee seedlings. We also have goats. We have piggery. I want to support this community here so that we move up together. I also have bananas, high value crops. We want to start practicing intensive farming in this area. I think that is what I should embark on now that I was given this term of office. Intensive farming for every family. And I will be visiting them household by household. I will visit them. They have been supported with PDM, some of them. Others are yet to get. But those who will get PDM this time round, we must direct them on what to invest in.
And in more news, the Deputy Resident District Commissioner of Liantonde, Venancio Natuhuera, has joined other Ugandans to congratulate President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni upon his victory in the 2026 general elections. Bakaterio also called upon Ugandans to turn up at the Kololo ceremonial grounds on the 12th of this month for President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni's swearing-in ceremony, saying that the event will mark another milestone in the country's leadership and democratic journey.
I want to thank all the Ugandans for trusting the NRM government as manifested in the recently concluded elections, where NRM and President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni was overwhelmingly voted for the next term of office. Looking at the achievements we have registered in the previous term, it is also overwhelming when you look at the infrastructure, for instance. When you look at the security and stability, that should be the achievement number one. Because now every Ugandan is at liberty to do whatever is willing to do. The economy has been liberalized, privatized. So, for example, if you have your money, you can decide on where to invest your money. Look at the education sector. Allowing private universities also to come on board. We have really come far away. The Paris development model is also going to be increased, actually in towns where the population is very high. Instead of now giving 100 million per parish, it's going to be doubled. So in this coming Ichsanja, people should expect even the best in terms of education, in terms of infrastructure development, in terms of socio-economic transformation, those programs, everything is going to be perfect. But the most important thing is that you cannot do anything. We cannot talk about development when we are not talking about security. Security and development are intertwined like this.
And just like that, we go to the next story. With less than 24 hours to go, the stage is set at Kololo Independence Grounds for the swearing-in of President-elect Yoweri Kaguta Museveni on May 12th. The nation will witness a historic inauguration marking another chapter in Uganda's political journey. At the NRM Secretariat, officials have finalized the guest list and logistics for what they describe as a celebration of stability.
Kololo is a hive of activity as security forces and event. Kololo is a hive of activity as security forces and event organizers conduct final rehearsals. At Plot 10, Chadondo Road, the NRM top brass have invited Ugandans to join the festivities.
We are going to have a beautiful day on the 12th of May. We shall be having a brand new president being sworn in, and it is going to be colorful. We have invited so many people from around the country, from outside the country. Let me tell you this. The NRM victory is not only a victory for NRM in Uganda, it is the victory of the continent. All revolutionary African parties are coming to learn from NRM. Having stayed in power for 40 years, what magic do you have that you can still win a national election?
Logistics are reportedly seamless, with high-level delegations from across the continent expected to touch down today.
That the 12th of May 2026, the president-elect shall be taking his oath. What we may call the inauguration shall be happening. But it is not the ordinary ceremony, because this is an extraordinary kind of event. It has been amalgamated with the electoral victory of the NRM. So we shall be having a hybrid of an activity where we have the inauguration, but as well as the electoral victory being marked by the party in power.
Officials also addressed the narrative surrounding the election's aftermath, emphasizing unity over division.
The swearing-in ceremony is going to combine two ceremonies in one. The Secretary General has been instructed by the national chairman to ensure that Ugandans come from all over to come to Kololo and they celebrate. So whereas other people will be coming there for swearing in, the president will be sworn in, but Ugandans who have been invited will come to celebrate their victory.
The State Minister for Bunyoro Affairs, Jennifer Namuyangu, together with officials from the Petroleum Authority of Uganda, visited the Kingfisher Oil Project to assess the process or progress of ongoing oil drilling activities. The visit aimed at monitoring the implementation of the project and evaluating its impact on the country's oil and gas sector. The officials expressed satisfaction with the progress of works and reiterated government's commitment to ensuring that the oil project benefits local communities and contributes to national development.
It's here on shore, on the land, but we access the targets that we were given through deviated wells.
We've done the monitoring of our Kingfisher oil facility, and I want to tell Ugandans out there that the work here is great. Almost they have done everything possible. It's like a factory. They have put up most of the infrastructure that is required, and as we speak now, they are now working on the fourth pad. And when we talk about a pad, this is like a platform which has many oil wells, about 8-9 oil wells. This particular place has 4 pads, and they are doing their last. Actually, we are grateful to them and Ugandans out there, these younger people, both men and women, they have done a great job. And they are giving us assurance that come July this year or early August, we are going to have the first oil wells, the first oil flowing. And we expect the heads of state, our dear President, General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, and the counterpart, the President of the Republic of Tanzania, to come and commission the first oil.
Uganda Muslim Teachers Association have pledged to promote education standards in their schools. In this regard, to put more emphasis on competence-based curriculums. The countrywide Muslim Association has 2,000 private schools and 600 government-aided schools.
The Permanent Secretary of Education Service Commission, Dr. Suman Lukwago, has said there is need to carry out all-round education as one way to produce a job creator learner.
Capability or capacity, but the powers that be in that time will use it as an attempt to appear like you are balancing the courts.
This was contained in a speech read by the Commissioner Education Service, Muhammad Kaya, at the close of the 34th General Meeting Convention for Uganda Muslim Teachers Association UMTA, on the theme, Inspiring Action, Enhancing Visibility and Transforming Muslim Education.
There is no cost that you cannot build Muslim candidates. And this has been the effort of the Muslim educators.
The President, Uganda Muslim Teachers Association, Haji Mpungu Musa Musoke, called for efforts on secular education rather than religious studies to enable the learners compete with others.
Our major objective on table was to mobilize teachers, try to encourage them to acquire the required certificates, the required qualifications to be fixed in the job market.
The Executive Director, Uganda Muslim Teachers Association, Ajiri Namirembe, said the association will secure land to establish a permanent home to skill the teachers.
We come together to cherish our values, but also to have collective engagement towards increasing access to quality education as our core purpose of our existence. Having stayed for 34 years, UMTA has really grown. It has registered tremendous achievements.
Lweru Secondary School head teacher Haji Sebunya Hamza called for fresh avenue.
There is no shortcut. You are either a very good educationist who has got both curricula, or you're going to become useless at the end of the day.
I'm Benon Mukwaya with Richard Chirembeka for UBC.
Aru County MP Christopher Komakech has appealed to government to increase funding and intervention programs targeting mental illness among children. He says that growing emotional pressure is silently affecting the country's future generation. Komakech also called upon schools and parents to stop forcing their children into exhausting early morning routines that deprive them of sleep.
You musicians.
While many schools and parents wake children as early as 5 a.m. for extra study hours and long commutes, mental health experts warn that excessive routines, pressure, and sleep expose children to stress, anxiety, exhaustion, and emotional instability.
Of course, waking kids up at 4 years, at 3 years that we are taking them to school, it causes an impact to an early child who is building their mental capacity. I think that it is important that we look at early childhood seriously and pick that, and at least let the children sleep, let the children play, and do age-appropriate activities that really belong to them.
Child mental health specialists say proper sleep is critical to the child's growth.
A child wakes up, a 4-year-old boy and girl wakes up at 4 a.m. and it's so evident that a human being is supposed to have 8 hours of sleep. This child, who is a toddler, is supposed to have more than 17 hours of sleep. The boy wakes up at 4 a.m. 4 a.m., tears, crawling, crying, a developing brain, is driven through the noisy streets of Kampala, reaches school at 7 a.m. 7 a.m. goes to school. School is supposed to end at midday. Then he's given an extension because the mother and the mother and father are looking for money to take care of this child. Then
now, Aru County MP Christopher Komakech calls for strict government intervention against schools and parents that overburden children with tight schedules.
We are sitting in a time bomb on choosing onto whether we have a better sleep tomorrow and suffer now, or we do enjoy our sleep and our generation and all the gains of earned get washed away. How do they get washed away? A man wakes up in the morning, goes to a school, and starts slaughtering our children like slaughtering chicken. But there is a way that could have been followed.
Health workers are also concerned over former celebrities and public figures battling with stress, depression, and anxiety.
But there is also the mental health component, where people struggle with identity questions, and then also challenges that could.
The construction of new classrooms has revitalized education in Teso sub-region, drawing hundreds of learners back to school and contributing to a steady improvement in academic performance. This follows a major facelift by the Ministry of Teso Affairs on several previously dilapidated schools across the region, transforming the learning environment with a completely new look. Let's have a look.
For years, many schools across the Teso sub-region struggled with the dilapidated classrooms due to budget cuts, discouraging a major number of learners from attending school.
We were operating with very few structures, and even we had some learners outside.
During time of dry season, wind blows and we have a problem.
Lessons were interrupted, especially afternoon lessons.
The challenge drew the attention of the Ministry of Teso Affairs, which has since launched an initiative to construct new classroom blocks in several schools across the region.
One of the things that we do, and I think you've noticed, most of our support is to already existing schools, but which now due to old age have become dilapidated, and when they try to raise money through parents, it is always a problem for parents to raise that money. So where the cases are so bad, like we saw in Kapelepiong yesterday, we step in usually with a 3-classroom block or a 2-classroom block.
The construction of the classroom blocks has motivated learners to return to school, resulting in higher enrollment rates and strong academic performance.
We used to have around 300 learners, but now our enrollment is 780.
We had only 43. Right now, we have 122 students.
Recently, the ministry launched groundbreaking for new classroom blocks and commissioned completed ones in several schools, costing 1.5 billion shillings in this financial year.
We fell behind economically in terms of, so for us as residents to be able to raise money to do these things ourselves, it is very difficult. And that is why this ministry was created, to be that bridge, that extra support that is given to the region as a result of its history.
Local leaders commended the ministry's efforts in transforming lives across the Teso sub-region by uplifting the standard of education throughout the region.
When you look at the help we have received from Minister of Justice Affairs, it comes timely. When you look at when they supported us with the Kumi Boys with the block, Kumi Boys Primary School was gone. But ever since they constructed that classroom block, it brought a new facelift of the school, and now the school has revived and the school is progressing.
Oko Joseph, UBC.
State Minister for Housing in the 2021-2026 NRM government, Princess Persis Namuganza, has called for peace and tolerance in homes, warning against domestic violence, which she says continues to tear families apart. She says that motherhood is a journey of sacrifice, love and resilience that deserves recognition and respect from all people. As the world marks Mother's Day, Princess Namuganza tips Ugandans to celebrate and appreciate mothers for their sacrifices they make in bringing up their families.
Across Uganda and the rest of the world, mothers are being celebrated. Whether deceased or living.
Mama, rest in peace. You'll always be in my heart.
Abled or disabled.
God bless your soul. I know that you.
Families are celebrating mothers, the women who nurture, protect, and sacrifice for a child. Persis Namuganza, herself a mother, says Mother's Day is personal.
You know, it feels great to bring someone in the world. As much as fathers, you play a role, but for us who carried a baby from 0 to 9 months, we know what it means to bring a human being into the world. And the human being whom they have brought into the world, you must really value that person who pushed you out.
Motherhood brings fulfillment and emotional attachment where children grow from infancy into adulthood. She encourages children and families to celebrate mothers with love, gifts, and appreciation while they are still alive.
My son wrote me a letter and says the best mom in the world is young. I couldn't believe it. Every time I read it, tears just roll into my eyes. So I'm happy to be a mother, and I wish all mothers our day, happy day.
Beyond the celebrations, Namuganza has also used the moment to condemn domestic violence.
You have all the power to beat a woman. She's not stronger than you. But when you choose not to do it, you are powerful, you know. So men, be tolerant. You know, ladies, we are emotional. Sometimes we go overboard, you know. It's so provocative, Some of them even can invite you, come and beat me, come and beat me, but do not act because of their actions.
As families celebrate Mother's Day, the message from leaders and communities points to mothers deserving appreciation.
Sweet mother, I never forget you.
Henry Okrut, UBC.
Sweet mother, I never forget you.
Residents of Kansanga in Makindye division are in fresh concerns over an ongoing land dispute involving city businessman Drake Lubega and a local resident Ayeba Zibwe Immaculate. The dispute centers on a piece of land located in Valley Zone, Kansanga, on block 254, plot 1322 and 1323 Chadondo. Let's have a look.
Ayeba Zibwe Immaculate claims that businessman Drake Lubega illegally dumped soil on her land to begin developments on the access road leading to her property.
The first time we went there and we said that the signatures were forged, Kabaragara police wanted to arrest us and they told us that
at the contested land, workers at the site say this dispute belongs to Immaculate. Immaculate alleges that some residents sold portions of land to Drake Lubega only to later discover that he reportedly claimed ownership of additional land using land titles allegedly bearing signatures.
But all the signatures that made this title were all forged. The other forged signature is the one which made this title that Mr. Drake Lubega is holding in his hands. Now he wants to remove me from the ground on the road because he's holding this one. And whenever he goes to police doesn't ask whether the title is okay, how it was received. For them, they look at the title and they say he has his title. He should have his land.
She says efforts to seek intervention from police and the area resident city commissioner's office have so far yielded assistance. Despite several complaints, Immaculate is now appealing to President Yoweri Museveni and State Minister for Lands Dr. Sam Mayanja to intervene, claiming that powerful individuals are attempting to take over their land fraudulently.
First family sitejanga ko wano, they are using them. Kati wembade nzija wano omukumi wange yaliwo nange gwe naliwo bajja ne bangamba mundeete mundu munjagala taking over government. How can I take over government on this land? I take over government from the land which belongs to me.
She displayed documents and markings allegedly authorizing the installation of poles and fencing around the disputed land.
Me, I have been on my land he remains with his forged title. But now police has not helped me, has not come to the rescue, and the man is occupying using Baferi. The Baferi are here. When I come, they say I have a gun, I want to take over government. Our land is in Jagara Nabanja, Nabako, Jagara President, Mujemo Songas and Omonyande.
Speaking on phone, Drake Lubega claims to possess legitimate land documents for the property.
It really documented.
Benon Mukwaya, Jamil Sekaja report.
As modernity continues to shape lifestyles, technology and communication, professionals, religious and student leaders are warning young people against losing touch with their identity, saying that culture remains the foundation of their belonging and discipline. This was during the handover of the incoming patron of Kiruhura Kazo students, Dan Mushabe, also husband to Kiruhura District Woman MP-elect Ruth Rujoki Mushabe.
Mr. Dan Mushabe, the new patron of Kiruhura Kazo students of Uganda Christian University Mukono, and other speakers emphasized that failure to identify with one's roots leaves society to define individuals without understanding their heritage and values.
Preserving your identity in this modern, rapidly shifting world that often prioritizes fast success, Temporary gratification and improper material accumulation requires an act of courage, which includes a balance of empathy, firm principles, and maintaining core values. Preserving your identity is about deciding who you are before the world decides for you who you can be. It's a combination of internal self-concepts, external social factors acting as behavioral compass that provides meaning, direction, and a sense of belonging throughout life. That's the reason as to why someone calls himself or herself a Ugandan, a Christian, a Murian, a UC alumni, a lawyer, like here. And in this case, most of us who gathered here, a Munyankore.
Preservation of language was a major concern, as many speakers noted that indigenous languages are gradually getting extinct, although they are key makers of identity and history.
Some are speaking English, that's our official language. You go to school and you're forced to speak English.
But the challenge we are having is that when someone is educated, takes culture to be backward, which is affecting us as students, as everyone who's here. So I think if you're considering modernity as modernity, you should take it as education. You can still be a student, you can still study and still value culture.
Student associations at the university, like that one of Chiruhura Kazo, were praised for helping new learners settle into campus life while promoting unity, mentorship, and purposeful living of students.
What do I mean by the society defining you? If you actually don't know where you come from, you can definitely know where you're going. What are your principles? What are you supposed to do as a girl from Chiruhura or Kazo? What are your stands?
As the association, our role, we need to have an impact in our society, where we come from, as educated people, as people who have tried to see the black.
Students also note that joining campus can be overwhelming for newcomers, making social and cultural communities important in creating a sense of belonging.
Make someone who is going to call you tomorrow and be like, David, are you okay? Why did you do classes today? Is everything kawa? How can we find a solution for that problem or grievance? These are the friends you should make here.
Crispus Adinitwe reporting for UBC.
Officials from Umoja wa Kwanza have congratulated President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni upon his election victory ahead of his swearing-in ceremony scheduled for 12th May 2026, describing the new term of office as an opportunity to deepen regional integration, strengthen economic transformation, and promote inclusive development across East Africa.
Officials from Umoja wa Kwanza have said President Museveni's leadership comes at a critical moment when East African region is seeking stronger unity, peace and economic cooperation among member states of the East African community.
Thank you so much for your leadership. Where we are going, we are really going to achieve whatever that we are praying for as the Umoja wa Amani Kwanza. Our group Umoja wa Amani Kwanza is all about unity, love. We want to make sure that all our countries in East Africa are joined together.
Museveni's long-standing advocacy for Pan-Africanism and regional cooperation places him in a strategic position to champion the vision of a more integrated East African bloc.
We want to congratulate you, and we pray that on Tuesday we are going to see you swearing in, and that swearing in is going to be a beginning of our new nation.
Umoja wa Kwanza officials additionally called for strengthened collaboration among East African leaders in promoting peace, political stability, and cultural unity.
East Africa are joined together as one currency, one transport, one nation as in leadership.
Kenya, Tanzania, Uganda, Burundi, DR Congo, South Sudan, Ethiopia, n'amalala mangi. Tulina essuubi nti nga ye chairman wa East African Community tugenda kuba n'ebintu ebitugatta omuli single currency.
Benon Mukwaya, Semambo, Bantu Machabwe, UBC.
And as Uganda celebrated Mother's Day today, the Ministry of Health called for increased support towards mothers and newborn children, emphasizing the importance of access to affordable sanitary pads, proper maternal care, and child hygiene in improving family health and keeping girls in school. This message was delivered by the Director General of Health Services at Uganda's Ministry of Health, Dr. Charles Olaro, during a visit to Soft Care Uganda's manufacturing plant in Lugazi, where he commended the company for supporting maternal and infant health through the production of sanitary pads and baby diapers.
So what's the reason why soft care is important? Soft care is important because these are the tools which we use to maintain personal hygiene. And personal hygiene, and particularly for women, is menstrual health management. And for girls, it's important because if they don't have any mechanisms how they manage during this period, then they will be absent from school. So to keep a girl child in school, we need soft care is and I think they have been supporting schools as part of their social responsibility. But also we think that we should be able to, as we continue producing, I'm sure the prices will continue coming down.
Then the other institutional challenge is antenatal space. Antenatal space, very small, it can no longer accommodate its mother. So that is another. Then in Dalakwazo, get the along the way, like space for first stage, the dinner space for first stage in the maternity ward. Okay, then few beds, delivery beds.
Consistent, inconsistent and practical actions, where we are committed to supporting the communities where we operate, especially mothers, babies, and families who are central to the community well-being. What message does Soft Care like to share with mothers? To every mother, we want to say thank you. Your love, strength, and dedication deserve to be seen, respected, and honored. Soft Care is proud to stand with you, mothers and families. We will continue to support the local communities with care, responsibility, and high-quality products that families can really trust. What does this initiative mean to the local communities? This initiative brings Soft Care closer to the local families through meaningful community engagement. By working with hospitals, communities, health institutions, and local partners, we aim to support maternal and infant care in the places where mothers and newborn families need trust, care, and reliable support.
And in more UBC news tonight, the Bishop of Busoga Diocese, the Right Reverend Grace Lubaale, has emphasized the promotion of wealth creation alongside the gospel in Busoga sub-region. He was opening Lukolo Church of Uganda in Budondo sub-county in Jinja City. These are the details.
Lukolo Church of Uganda to open this new church that has been built by Christians, and in particular Mr. Chiria Mugulusi Stephen, who has made more contributions of programs of teaching them the real gospel so they can distinguish what's right and wrong, and we'll be there. We are trying to continuously survey church land. That's the program titling church land, which we are doing throughout, and ensuring that our church is wealthy, healthy, and that people are well educated, civilized, and well informed.
We are proud now in Busoga. It will be one of the best people alone can sit today. As we talk, I thank you very much. The Bishop has come to consecrate it. I thank all of you. I thank my children, Christians, friends, the Reverend, those who have supported us. It hasn't been a simple job.
My come to them is to achieve more cohesion. Let's maintain the cohesion in order that we can do a lot more development projects. There are a lot of things that we need to put right there next to our church. Church needs to be supported by a modern school, a modern health hospital, a modern Sunday school, a modern infant school, a modern skills enhancement center. All that we have to do as Christians of Mukolo.
Men and women should respect mothers. Without a mother, mother is the person who brings you up here. Without a mother who keeps you for 9 months in the womb, before that he brings you. Then even up to 80, I wish my mother was here. I could still be a child. No mother goes on calling you a child, a son, a daughter. We give them a lot, but we don't realize. My appeal is, especially to young men and women, give respect to your mother, love them. Mama, mother's love will never fail. Thank you very much.
And that's it for today. Till the next episode.
Like a daily bando, like a daily bando, like a daily bando. Omuliro nguulira mulimbo mutima kukankana like drums. Kalakata, kalakata, enendungu ya kusabula. Mikono juu, free your fire, free your fire, free your fire.
Step into elegance, step into confidence, step into La Vie Boutique. Located at Grand Imperial Hotel, Shop 6 and 8, right behind Bank of Uganda, La Vie Boutique brings you high-class corporate and casual wear for men. From sharp designer suits and crisp shirts to stylish casual t-shirts, tracksuits, shoes and accessories, we've got everything to make you stand out. Call us on 0772 419 181 or 0705 555 558. La Vie Boutique, where class meets style.
In a fast-moving world, why are we still stuck with paperwork? Signing here, stamping there, moving from office to office. It's exhausting. Now, there's a better way. With UG Pass, you can securely prove your identity, sign documents, and access government services anytime, anywhere. No delays, no stress. Everything is instant, safe, secure, and government-backed. UG Pass, your identity secured. Available in the Apple App Store and Google Play Store. UG Pass is a product of Nita Uganda.
In 1986, a new chapter began. A fundamental change was etched into the heart of our nation. Uganda has since then witnessed a socio-economic transformation under the leadership of President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. Through peace and security of persons and property, economic growth, infrastructure expansion, health improvements, education, regional integration, industrialization, digital transformation, youth and women empowerment, wealth creation, among others. A nation once in recovery is now a beacon of regional stability. The people have spoken, and the NRM government has been given another term in office. The Board of Directors, Management and staff of the Uganda Broadcasting Corporation proudly congratulate His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni Tibuhaburwa upon his resounding victory in the recent elections. Witness history as it happens as we broadcast the swearing-in ceremony on Tuesday, the 12th of May 2026, live at the Kololo Independence Grounds, here on UBC TV, our radio stations, and all our digital platforms. Ugandans, let's protect our gains. Long live NRM, long live Uganda. UBC, inspiring Uganda.
Welcome back. It's now time for business. Uganda has emerged as a major strategic player in the global coffee industry, using the COFEX Istanbul 2026 trade fair to pitch as a primary alternative of coffee to traditional Latin American origins. The Agricultural Ministry is positioning itself as a reliable year-round source of both premium Arabica and specialty grade fine Robusta. The Ugandan delegation, led by high-ranking trade and agricultural officials, characterized the country as a scalable and investment-ready origin capable of meeting the rising demand for traceable and sustainably sourced coffee. Officials engaged international buyers, roasters, and distributors through a series of cupping sessions and bilateral trade meetings. Coffee is the cornerstone of Uganda's economy, contributing approximately 22% of national foreign exchange earnings. Minister of State for Agriculture, Animal Industry and Fisheries, Fred Chakulagabwino, says that the country's natural conditions provide a distinct competitive advantage. So far, there is a growing international demand for premium Robusta. As global Arabica prices fluctuate, roasters are increasingly seeking resilient, cost-effective blending options for the expanding espresso market. Over 20,000 youth will benefit from the One Young World Uganda chapter programs by the end of the next year, according to the forum chairperson, Daniel Ayebare. Let's take a look.
Uganda hosts one of the youngest populations in the world, with increasing emphasis being placed on youth empowerment through mentorship, innovation and skills development. At least 20,000 young people will benefit from the initiative that started with several youth already, testifying to the impact the One Young World Uganda chapter. Hey. Daniel Ayebare, who also serves as the president of the Uganda Financial Literacy Association, shared the journey of the initiative, emphasizing commitment and determination in raising standards among young people. He encouraged the youth to become valuable members of the society by creating environments that promote growth and development, while also calling upon stakeholders to support youth-centered initiatives.
What we're doing here at the One Young World Chapter Uganda is to mentor the young men and women that have graduated, that are in school, to be able to use that knowledge to be able to impact. So we have young people in the area of academia, in the area of science and technology, in the area of industrial agriculture, in the area of climate change, in the area of education.
At the event, young people were also encouraged by Justice Jane Okuokajuga, who officiated the launch as the chief guest, to prioritize professionalism, discipline and integrity. Justice Jane noted that many young people fail to achieve their goals because of the impatience and urged them to remain focused and persistence in their ambitions.
For their benefit or for the benefit of third parties. So when you get somebody that sponsors you as a youth, believes in your dream and says, I will hold your hand, how accountable are you? How accountable are you?
Henry Lutwama acknowledged the role of these youths shaping Uganda's economy, but need guidance, mentorship and support to unlock their full potential.
Ladies and gentlemen, as Uganda moves towards the next phase of national transformation, young people remain central to the country's future. The vision emphasized in the 2026 National Development and transformation agenda strongly speaks about wealth creation, industrialization, skilling, digital innovation, job creation, and empowering young people to actively participate in social economic transformation.
Benon Mukwaya with Jimmy Aluri.
And more in our business news. For years, the Busoga region has struggled with poverty and low development levels despite its rich natural and human resources. Leaders and development experts have often attributed this challenge to poor mindsets towards government development programs, weak participation in wealth creation initiatives, and limited financial literacy among communities. So it is with this background that the Microfinance Support Center intensified capacity building interventions in the districts of Kaliro District and Bugweri District aimed at preparing communities to effectively utilize government microfinance opportunities under the Emyoga program and other financial products.
More than 30 groups and over 200 members in Kaliro District benefited from the training, with several others participating in Bugweri as prospective beneficiaries, awaiting seed capital support from their circles, cooperatives and enterprises. According to officials from MSC, earlier government microfinance initiatives faced major setbacks due to inadequate training among beneficiaries. However, sustained capacity building over the years has transformed many circles into thriving community financial institutions. The trainings focused on financial discipline, accountability, proper loan management, bookkeeping and leadership within circle structures.
For groups, these are your requirements. For circles, yours are above there.
We have come to support these clients, those ones who have put themselves together in form of groups, those ones who have put themselves together in form of circles, and those ones who have put themselves together as cooperatives. Cooperatives, those are farmers.
One of the major things is that government is fed up with poverty among the communities. That's why government has started various programs. I am happy and extremely delighted to welcome Microfinance Support Center because they have programs which reach the community. They have already supported circles and cooperatives in the whole of Busoga, but they realize Kaliro we are still lagging behind.
The affordable financing products offered by Microfinance Support Center have since attracted interest from various groups, including religious leaders in Kaliro District, who attended the sessions seeking to join the program as future beneficiaries.
Today, I'm happy that I have learned a lot in Microfinance Support Center. Right now, I can, being that I'm a farmer and I'm a religious leader, now I can even start a sugarcane plantation, I can begin piggery as a group.
Meanwhile, the RDC, Kaliro District, strongly cautioned beneficiaries against mismanagement of circle resources.
Nenda kubakobera nti omuzano waye tulikwetagga muve mu bwavu ayi titubaleetere nga buleetere bwe mulya kitujja kugana ekyo so buli memba mwigi obwa memba bagoba nti esente ediyidda nga bagaire ekibiina mwana mujja kuba responsible bino ebyokulowooza mu chairman twezala bali mu kanisa entempekano be titujja kubigana ekyo neze mbakobere.
MSC says funds are disbursed to qualifying groups while continuous refresher trainings are conducted to strengthen operations.
When we see that the circle is very strong, we can be able to give them a more additional loan funds to support their activities in the circle. Within the process, you can be able to know whether the group has picked up, whether the circle is following the right process, whether the cooperative is growing, because actually you can see the indicators. The membership will increase, the share capital will also increase, their loan portfolio will also increase, and basically, yearly, we encourage them to come together in an annual general meeting so that they can be able to discuss their challenges and share what they have gone through the whole year with all the members.
The progress and impact of these interventions are later assessed and showcased through annual general meetings bringing together beneficiaries, leaders, and stakeholders. Chris Buyondo, UBC.
And in sports news, the penultimate round in the Finance Trust Bank Women Super League has produced pulsating results that mean that the title will be decided on the final day of the season.
The battle of who will win this year's Finance Trust Bank Women Super League title will be decided next weekend, which is the final day of the season. This after faltering of the top two, especially table leaders She Corporates that needed victory over Uganda Matters Lubaga to win it, but unfortunately failed to a wonder free kick by Sharon Kanyijinya. The game was high octane while the post-match reactions spirited, with the Uganda Matters players and coaches praising the team's determination.
It has not been an easy game, but I want to thank the girls for the spirit and the zeal they have exhibited on the field of play. I also want to thank the coaches for the good game management. She Corporate is not an easy team, but of course we've fought so hard to see that we get the maximum points.
They stood up their grounds to see that at least we can scoop up the maximum points we've gotten. Yeah, the response was okay because they tried to interpret the situations at the moments of the game. You see, tactically, they have been responding very well.
She Corporates coach Belsi Inyinahazwe conceded defeat but remains optimistic.
We created the game and we had we play with a good team, and here we are here to learn. We still have one game. We're at 50-50. We cannot lose it. Now we are going to double our efforts and to work hard so that we can get the trophy.
She Corporates played after second-placed reigning champions Kawempe Muslims had shared spoils with Kampala Queens in a 1-1 stalemate at the Philip Omondi Stadium. She Corporates thus hold a 1-point lead on 50, while Kawempe Muslim has 49 points in second. On the final day next week, She Corporates host She Maroons, while Kawempe Muslim plays already relegated Olida High School.
More in sports, hundreds of people gathered at Kampala Metropolitan Mall while others joined from Agago District, Yumbe and different parts of the country where Adventists Development and Relief Agency operates to take part in a run aimed at keeping the girl child in school. Details in this report.
The run featured the 5-kilometer race, the 10-kilometer race and the kids run, making the first edition of the humanitarian initiative organized by ADRA Uganda. Participants from different age groups stand up for the event, with organizers saying the campaign seeks to create awareness about the challenges affecting girl child education, especially in vulnerable communities and refugee settlements. The country director of ADRA Uganda, John Mwanza, said that the initiative goes beyond sports and focuses on promoting the rights of the girl child and supporting efforts aimed to ensure girls stay in school. Mwanza noted that in refugee camps and settlements, many girls face challenges including lack of sanitary pads, school dropouts, gender-based violence, early marriages, and limited access to education opportunities.
The run has been a success, and I can say that I've managed to go for 10 kilometers. Have we achieved the objective? Yes. We have, you can see just a number of people who are here, quite a lot. And also, we're not just doing it here in Kampala. Right now, they are running for the girl in Kotido, in Karamoja, for us to raise the voice that the girl must be in school and that she can also attain her full potential. At least this girl, that girl who is at home, must be able to reach senior 4. If not senior 4, she must be able to use other pathways in order to develop. And also the statistics show that 1 in 4 girls, they get pregnant at the age between 14 and 19. And so that's a serious thing. But also when we look at it, why Agago? This is because that's where we are working, and the statistics there are quite high.
He added that ADRA Uganda continue to support vulnerable communities through education programs, psychosocial support, menstrual hygiene awareness, child protection initiatives, and empowerment projects aimed at giving girls a safer and better future.
We had a great run, and the reason why we joined this run is because we care about society, and one of the reasons why society has to grow is when the girl child is empowered, when the girl child is cared for. So as ICA group, we joined this run because we needed to save the future of the girl child.
To sponsor this run because, of course, we believe in the girl child, we believe in supporting those with fewer opportunities, and everyone deserves a chance for an education. The run was successful. Those who could run. I personally walked, but I almost gave up, but because the reason behind this run is to sponsor, to support. I had to make it to the last step. So I thank everyone who has participated in this run, and I hope that this run has an actual impact on these Agago girls.
The ADRA Uganda Run will become an annual event to mobilize communities and partners to support education and empowerment programs for girls across Uganda. Ngabo Amon, reporting for UBC TV.
And that brings us to the end of our UBC News Tonight, the 10 o'clock edition. Thank you very much for being a lovely audience. My name is Wadulo Arnold Mark, and remember that this week the President will be swearing in, officially taking on his office. So do stay tuned. We shall be broadcasting those developments as they go. Otherwise, have yourselves a lovely week, and God bless you.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
Exercise can't be sustained. Eating can't be stopped. It's even harder to lose weight. Come and give it a try. Genshikang L-carnitine chromium capsules. Plant extract, scientific ratio. Take 3 capsules each time. The active ingredient accelerates fat burning, eat twice a day, don't take a detour. Weight loss starts now. Genshikang L-carnitine with chromium capsules helps you stay in shape. Please follow medical advice when taking this product.
NRM oye! NRM oye! Omusajja omukulu w'enkofiira oye!
Uganda will mark a significant moment in its democratic journey, a ceremony rooted in constitutional order, a symbol of continuity, leadership, and national unity. From every corner of the nation, eyes will turn to this historic event. President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni will be sworn in for his 7th term in office at Kololo Ceremonial Grounds. The ceremony will be held under the theme Protecting the Gains, making a qualitative leap into high middle-income status. The ceremony is expected to attract government officials, diplomats, and invited guests from across the world. Expect live coverage, expert analysis, and on-the-ground reporting. Tuesday, 12 May 2026. Be part of the moment.
nze mu myaka egyange gye ndi nagyo boyina ku gavumenti edindi aye tubonanga ku mukulembeze ng'ono avaayo n'akoba n'alumira omuntu owa wansi aka abantu bange aba wansi ninde mwena muveeyo tube kyenkani tutambulire balala ng'era ku kigendererwa ekyo okufuna omuntu abeeku n'akasente mu nsawo omuunu nga ti kizibu sabuuni ti kizibu kasukaali kalebe tusigale nga tukulira sukaali be ebyo nebigendererwa mu PDM. Abaana balina okusoma era ge tutambwire gano wona abandi sofa ng'abaayi ab'enkoko bali mirundi 5 mirundi 6 abasooka okugula mu kusooka bali bulungi abaana babe bali kusoma era ni gano ge tuli gano okumpi wano abandi enumba soba n'ogibona eriwo bali kujja mu maiso nga bali kuvaayo embeera ndi kubona nga nnungi ino era nze nkakasa namutumba tulina ebyalo 649 twaba n'emiruka 110 twaba ne enterprise groups 182 ng'ebigayi bino byona biri kutambulira galala biri kufuna sente era kituufu nze nkakasa ku lwange.
These farmers have benefited, and as a result, crop productivity has increased in Namutumba Town Council. We've also accessed these farmers to market for this produce. I'm so glad that farmers can now produce and market